Alrighty, in this video I've taken the highlights of the big ride I did after the engine build, but before the chain snapped, and I've uploaded them out of order, but that was mainly my motivation. Struggling to go through 4 hours of footage trying to pick out this clip or that clip. So here I am at the very beginning of the ride, just tying a bit of elastic around the choke lever. I knew I was going to be hitting some pretty rough trails today, so it's just peace of mind knowing that the choke's not going to creep up, because when that happens the engine runs rough as guts. I did have a moment of panic, as you'll see in a second. Riding, these bikes with motors are a tad controversial, and being out and about during this COVID-19 business, there we go. I thought, are they going to take a close look? But all they care about is you're wearing a helmet, you're not tearing down the streets, drawing unwanted attention to yourself. So now that the choke's sorted, off we go. Alrighty, I'm going to stop here and borrow a tree. I had tried to raise the handlebars, but without the spaces in there, things are just rattling around, and rattles are never good. Yeah. I'm a little bit puffed out because I'm doing more pedaling than usual. So all I'm going to do is reset the handlebars to where they really should be. The main reason I wanted to raise them in the first place was to give myself a bit more of a gentler seating position. All that work I did yesterday seemed to have done the trick, as I seem to have all my lost power back, which is good. Anything that rattles on a bike is the sound of problems waiting to happen. This is exactly why I carry tools with me, because when problems arise, most of the time I'm able to get it to the point where I can be mobile once again. Remembering to check my exhaust belts again, save me problems in the future, provided that I don't burn myself to a crisp again. I'm not talking to myself, I'm blogging. Obviously I had to replace the bottom end because I stripped the vertical bolt there, and it just, even with a unfortunate amount of Loctite in there, it just would not tie down. But the torque from the other motor was just abysmal. As I saw in my other video, it just stalled on the hill. Part of that was to do with the fact that the choke was creeping up, but even after I jammed it down yesterday, I could tell straight away it just wasn't worth the effort. So I put the time in to replace the top end of
this motor with the original one, as I've said. It's fantastic.
I had ummed and ahed about even using this footage because the camera angle is just terrible. The entire time it's handlebars in the road. But what I do love to hate is this bridge. It's so narrow, and every time I cross it, it's as fast as I possibly can. Look at the knees going there. It's really disappointing. This was a really, really nice day for a ride. You just can't see any of the scenery. You can kind of see where I'm going. It's a fairly long video of useless footage, which, I'm working on that. Well, this is the hill that I stalled on.
Was the very hill the bike stalled on yesterday. Very happy with these results.
The sound quality of this camera is not brilliant. I do a lot of sort of narrating on the ride, and it's, you can hear it for yourself. It's muted, it's not very good. Oh, here we go, hitting the first part of the trail. This is fun. This is also a really, really rough and loose patch of road.
To forego the jacket today and just wearing my jumper, and out here in the hills I can tell you I'm beginning to regret it, because it is quite chilly out here. Despite the blue sky, it is still autumn.
This here will be the longest single clip in the entire video. After we cross this river here, it's pretty much uphill all the way, and I've left it in one piece just because the engine performed spectacularly. The camera doesn't do justice, and a lot of that's my fault with the camera angle, but this is a particularly steep mountain trail, and the bike just pulled the whole way up. Kind of see what the road surface is like at least, but I'm really, really disappointed that I didn't get any of the scenery, because it is absolutely beautiful up there.
has become a favourite spot of mine to stop. First time I made it this far is when the brake cable snapped and the gear cable snapped. I generally had a bad time of it, but I was able to get home. I think we just need to take a moment and congratulate the motor on the effort it made getting up that mountain, which probably won't show up well on the video, but it was steep. And I'm puffed out because I had to do a fair amount of pedalling, but as I demonstrated yesterday before I worked on the motor, sometimes no amount of pedalling will get you up there if the motor's running like crap. I really appreciate the quality of this camera, considering it only cost me $40 free postage, or $38, $39 something, so less than $40. The biggest problems have been user error, you know, me putting it on the handlebars and getting the vibrations. The sound quality is not where I'd like it to be, but all things considered, it's fantastic, and it lets me have an excuse to talk to myself out here. Not that there's anyone around to judge me anyway, but screw them. I am incredibly impressed with how this motor's been performing today, and the bike on a whole. The issues I was having with the handlebars earlier was my fault. I tried to set it up in a way that it wasn't really designed to do. Obviously these spaces, they need to be there to stop that sort of up and down rattle that I was getting because of the front suspension there. But I've tidied that up and it's working wonders. Alrighty. Today has been a fantastic ride so far, and just along that track there is the furthest point that I've ridden on this bike, which is up to the main road. Today we're going to cross over and continue down the path that I saw on the other side. Chain tensions, yeah, alright. Exhaust looks alright. Triple check our fuel. We have got so much in there it's not funny. Considering I didn't actually leave with a full tank, I've used hardly anything. I just decided to use up the last of my premix. Alright.
It was an exciting ride for me. The bike was finally running well enough for me to go further than I'd ever gone before, which you'll see in the next clip. Crossing over the main road there was a bit of a milestone for me. I am thoroughly regretting my decision to leave the jacket at home. I am bloody cold. Alright, this is officially the furthest point I've ever gone. The bike just cut out, which is probably not a good sign. That's probably telling me not to, actually. Oh, it is jolly cold up here right now, and I left the jacket at home thinking it's a lovely day, I can see blue sky, I won't need it.
I thought all my pedaling I'll warm myself right up, but it's just not been the case. So hopefully I don't come down with something. Oh my god, I think I can actually see a surveillance video. What the hell's going on here? What do you reckon? Can I get around?
Yeah.
Which side do you reckon has the most clearance, left or right? Yep, either or, I reckon. Probably not that side. If I have to cut push-ups, what I'll do. Yeah, no, this side's got heaps more. Ah, blackberry bushes, lovely. There we go. All right, this will be a challenge.
So this was the first time I'd been down this track. I had no idea what to expect. And that was a mild uphill. And I was like, oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to start the bike. But as you just saw, it worked perfectly. And the track just got rougher and rougher from there. You can't see here, but there's a fallen log on that side that's been sort of cut maybe 2 feet across at the end. And then this little path that's been carved around the other side. Which I thought, gee, it's rough here. I had no idea what was to come.
Geez, we're getting into some serious country now. Oh, this is lovely out here. Mate, you'd never even know this was out here.
A lot of the rattle you can hear in this video is actually my chin strap hitting the camera. I was wearing the camera quite high to try and get a better angle.
Oh,
And it never even occurred to me until I watched all this footage back
my
that
brakes aren't good enough
the
for
chin
a
strap on my
slope
helmet
like
was even hitting it.
This is serious four-wheel drive country here. I think our best bet is just to sit in the middle of these tyre ruts. Just keep walking, just keep walking, walking's what we do. The state of my tyres. Good grief. Ooh, 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 ooh. I have got absolutely zero grip on these tyres. I'm literally rolling on clay. And we're still going downhill. Well, all tracks lead somewhere. Even if that somewhere turns out to be an impassable barricade of fallen trees and Aussie bushland. Please tell me this track does not end at that river. Rintoul Creek or Rintoul River or whatever it said on the map. It does too. No. Oh, you are joking me. Please let there be a way around. Oh no. Oh dude. This is the very definition of an impassable obstacle, because there is no way I am wading through that. Oh man. Well, now the question is, can I start the engine up? And can I use it to get back? I already know the answer to that. Oh, man. This camera does not do justice, but that climb is like 4 or 5 times my height, just to what I can see. What I really want to try and do here no, the bike is telling me, don't even think about it. Alright. Look, even if this battery dies, I'm not going to bother putting the fresh one in. Okay. I know now not to try this track again. But my God, what an adventure. Oh, I hope I don't slip. Look, the chain's a little bit gummy. It's not too bad.
It took me about an hour and a half to walk up that mountain again. And then on the way home, I was racing sunlight because the sun was going down and I've got no lights on the bike. So keep an eye out for that one.
Push the bike forwards, use the brakes to climb up. Oh. Try and level the pedals out so they stop scraping. This is the definition of regret.